Welcome, everyone, to Tuesday. I hope you all are doing well. Just wanted to check in with you, see how things are going. And so I thought for today, last week we talked about routine. I hope your routine, that you sort of figured one out over this past week about how things have been going. I know that routines probably might be changing as of today, because I think as of this taping, I believe sheltering in place begins tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning here in Wisconsin. I know in Minnesota, at least as far as I know, we're not sheltering in place. I could be wrong, but so your routine might be changing, basically, is what I'm trying to say out of all that. And so, what does that new routine look like? I think that's the thing again. How is it? How is your sleeping doing? How is your meals doing? Are you getting some regular exercise? Are you walking outside? Are you working on something creative? Are you not watching the news 24 hours a day? I know I was always guilty of that, and I have been probably guilty of that the last 2 days, is watching the news a little too much. So, are you stepping back a ways? So, I hope you're taking some time to do that. One of the things I thought would be helpful this Tuesday is maybe we rename Tuesday to Thankful Tuesdays. So, what are you thankful for today? Because I think, again, a lot of times we forget all the blessings that we have in our lives. And I think it's a good time to sort of reflect on those blessings that God has given us. So, one of the things I am thoroughly grateful for, the wonderful blessing of this community and all the wonderful people in this community, and especially in this congregation, all the stuff that you guys do on a daily basis, all the support, and I just want to say thank you for all you guys do, and thank you for the wonderful support that you guys have shown me and everybody else in this community the last couple of days and weeks and stuff. And so I just want to say thank you so much. I feel so blessed. It helps a lot. I mean, it really does. It helps to see that we're trying to do this stuff together. And so just know how thankful I am for each one of you today. And like I said, it's really been helpful. So I just want to say thank you for all that you do. I'm so thankful for you guys. I'm thankful for this video camera that we get to use. So story behind this video camera. So you're probably wondering where I got this video camera. Well, it just happened before all this happened back in January. I asked a friend of mine who's a movie producer if I could borrow this camera from him, just because I was thinking of doing some YouTube videos. And he said, "Oh, sure, yeah." And so I did one or two, and then I sort of lost interest. Well, I either lost interest or I just didn't have time. And so I had left it downstairs, and he had called me back early in February and was wondering if he could have it back. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, sure, that's fine." But he just never had gotten over to come back and get it. And so when this happened, I asked him, I said, "Is it okay if I keep using the camera, especially so I can do these, so I can help record worship and do vlogs and stuff like that?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, definitely." He said, and I just told him, I just talked to him on Sunday night, and I told him, I said, "I just want to tell you thank you for letting us use this camera, because it's a pretty expensive camera." And he didn't have to let us use this, but he was pretty adamant. He's like, "No, Paul, I want you to use this camera because I think it's good to he wanted to help out our community." As I said, "Well, thank you." So his name is Ira Livingston. So he's a good friend of mine, and so I just want to say thank you for Ira for giving us the benefit of using this camera, for helping film services, and for doing these messages as well too. So I'm very blessed for that. I'm blessed with my family. They've been amazing during all this time, especially as my hours seem to ebb and flow. So that's been nice. And we didn't kill each other yesterday on my half day off. That was close at times, though. Close at times. I wonder how some of you guys are doing that with having everybody in the family all together. I know that could not be an easy thing. So, but yeah, those are some of the blessings, and I'm blessed with. Another blessing, I'm blessed with amazing friends from the ministerium, Pastor John, Pastor Keith, Pastor Bert, Pastor Stu, Tim, Pastor Dan from the Christian Reformed Church, and Pastor Brian, the associate pastor at First Reformed, Pastor Christine, all these wonderful colleagues, Pastor John Sutherland from Cross, Pastor Joanne Sorensen from the new bridge pastor over at Trinity. It's just been great to have colleagues like this. We did, so the reason why I'm in black today is we did the taping for the Good Friday service. So if we need to do that, we have it taped, and we'll put a link to YouTube we'll put a link on our Facebook page. It would be on YouTube if we have to use that for Good Friday coming up. And so that was just great. It was good to be with them and just to hear some of the prayers that they had and just some of the conversations we've had and how supportive we are of all of each other. And I think that's a real blessing. And I'm really appreciative of all those wonderful, and a lot of them are mentors for me, because again, I'm just a first call pastor, and so I really appreciate all the stuff that they have, all the wisdom they have, and I kid them a lot about that, but no, it's really great for their friendship and their insights and stuff like that. So blessing with that, and so these are some of the blessings that have been going on for me today. And I think, what about you today? Is there any blessings that just have stood out over the last couple of days, or just last couple of weeks? What are those things? One of the interesting things that one of the churches I was a member at before is doing gratitude journals over Lent. And I wonder if this might be a good time for us to have a gratitude journal and write down what are we thankful for each and every day, because I think that would help put things in perspective, because there's days that are going to be hard days. We're going to get some hard news, or things aren't going to go as how we feel they should. And I think it's remembering the blessings that God gives us each and every day is one of those ways to help balance that out sometimes when we feel like we feel hopeless or we feel powerless. And so I think counting our blessings and seeing how indeed, yes, God has not forsaken us. God is here with us. God is still blessing us even in this very uncertain and chaotic time. And what are those blessings? To be reminded that God is with us. So I want you to think about that today and this week as well too. What are some of those blessings that God has given you? Is it your family? Is it your friends? Is it a job? Is it a hobby that you have? What is it? What is that blessing in your life? Well, I hope you all have a great night. Again, I apologize for this being a little later today in the evening. You'll probably see a couple other stuff on Facebook. We're going to try doing Zoom tomorrow for the Bible study at 9:30. If you haven't tried Zoom before, there'll be a link in one of the Facebook posts coming up, so feel free to join for that. And it's free. You just have to click on the link, and that'll get you to the room and stuff. And we're planning on having service tomorrow, and that will be not Facebook Live, but that'll be up on the YouTube channel in a little while as well too. Again, if you need food, if you need toilet paper, I did have a request for toilet paper, so we got that fulfilled today. But if you need food, let us know definitely. We got plenty of food for folks, so don't worry about that. We got you covered when it comes to that. And if you know of anybody who needs food, again, the food shelf hours are going to be 2 to 5 on Sundays, 3 to 5 on Wednesdays. You can come once a week, and if you could please call the food shelf ahead of time with your name, how many people in your household, and which town you are from. The only reason we need to do that is so that the food shelf can show how many numbers they have, because the numbers of people they have sort of affects their funding and stuff like that. So that's the reason why we'd have you do that. If you forget, don't worry, we'll get that information when you show up here at the church. So if you know of anybody, again, let them know. We're happy we don't want people to feel that we don't want people. You know me, I don't want people going hungry at all. So we'll make sure and we also have you covered too. I won't tell you the joke I heard about this toilet paper, but we got your toilet paper covered too. So we got you covered either way. So I hope you all have a great evening. I will see you tomorrow for worship. Take care, God bless, and remember to start writing down what are your blessings.